It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20.
Throwing is Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Andre Roberts is deep for Buffalo. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Their own 37-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Allen going to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. From midfield, here's Allen dancing. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now a run with Singletary. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Singletary, the ball carrier.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
At the 30-yard
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
One of the first big plays we've seen in this football game, and could that be the play that gets this game jump-started? It's taken a while as both teams have tried to settle in. Maybe now the pace will accelerate.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. They'll run here with Singletary. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
3rd down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
47-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Being chased out left. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. To try again after the sack. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
10 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
His pass caught at the 4. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Jackson from the shotgun, sliding out of the pocket to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Singletary. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the give, this is their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down now. And those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Taken in at the 22. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case,
he's got him in, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
7-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
The ball carrier. He was brought down by Josh Norman.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A.J. Klein able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Finding Knox there, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Singletary again, and he stopped immediately there.
Singletary.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Now Allen. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
4th down.
The Bills send the punter in as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8 as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Now Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you.
Stephon Diggs past the 20, 10. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
There they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. 2nd and 11 now. They'll toss this right side to Moss. Now Moss hit, and the football pops free. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The 20. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was to force the fumble, and they did. Took it the other way for a score, and now if you're the offensive team, it will take a miracle, perhaps, to win this ball game.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. And incomplete here. So that will leave them with 16 on the clock. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Jackson to throw. They'll roll him out right. This is caught. So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
The Bills' first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Allen. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over at the 29-yard line.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Today's final score, Ravens 12.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. The Ravens.